That's all. Continue to keep your eyes closed for a minute longer. When we meditate, something subtle shifts inside us. Let us allow that inner state or condition to settle down and become clear to us as a feeling, a vision, or an image. Now enliven that feeling. May just be a hint of peace for some, maybe silence for others, emptiness for others, whatever it is. Allow it to flow freely through your body, into each and every cell of your being. And even overflow and immerse everything around you in it. When you're able to get a grip on this condition, slowly open your eyes and come back into the present. Now, any time during the day, if you can remember this feeling, it will help you go back into your center and center yourself and recall this meditative state that you've created within yourself. And we want to walk with it, talk with it, keep it with us as an undercurrent in everything that we do. So that the meditation that we do is not just to feel good for the 10 minutes or the 15 minutes or the half an hour, but that we meditate in such a way that we create this meditative state within us, that we're able to carry with us and manifest in everything that we do. So we invite you to check out our booth outside and learn more about heartfulness practices. What you experienced today were two: the heartfulness relaxation and the meditation practice. We have a few more practices, and we'd love to learn from you and help you integrate this into your life. And we're also excited about a new book that we're releasing shortly. It's about the spiritual anatomy, about how the ancient secrets in the Yoga Sutras and about the chakras in our body and in our spiritual system work in simple layman's language so that we can understand and harness this in our day-to-day lives. So please check it out. And we'd be more than happy to partner with you to bring heartfulness meditation to your workplace or your schools. And we really look forward to partnering with you and wish you all the best as you go forward to create the next best version of yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sudarshanji. Please, Sachinji, thank you. So I want to express the gratitude again to the Heartfulness Center. This is a beautiful, tranquil, peaceful place and it is because of this center that we are able to host you all here. So thank you so much. So we have educated you, inspired you. We have actually relieved your stress with meditation, with yoga exercises or breathing exercises. Now we want to end our program with a laughter. And I want to invite a beautiful host here, Archana Pandaji. She is a poetess and a very passionate community leader. So this is a dessert before the lunch. We don't want to let you go without you laughing in this auditorium. So over to Archana.
Thank you so much. Can we have a huge applause for Jayashree for the great work she's doing? Amazing time control, amazing language, and great energy. Thank you so much, Jayashree. Thank you. So now, they say the end is towards the last. And this is the grand finale we're going to happen. They say, there's a voice inside of all of us. There's a voice inside of all of us that whispers all day long, that tells us what is right for us, that tells us what is wrong. No teachers, preachers, parent, friend, no wise man can decide. When you think what to do, just listen to that voice that speaks inside, that inner voice. Yes, my name is Archana Panda, and it's an absolute delight to call the world's first Jewish Indian stand-up comedian, my friend Samson Koletkar. But before we clap and invite actual artists to the stage, there's a protocol. एक सऊर होता है, हंसने का, हंसाने का. मुझसे कहते हैं अर्चना जी, जब हम यहाँ पे आए थे ना, तो हम बहुत खुश रहा करते थे. रिसोर्सेज कम थे, पैसे कम थे, सब कुछ कम था, लेकिन खुशी थी, हंसी थी. हम यहाँ पर डॉलर के पीछे भागते भूल चुके हैं. क्या भूल चुके हैं? हम हंसना भूल चुके हैं, हम रोना भूल चुके हैं, हम खेलना, मुस्कुराना, हम जीना भूल चुके हैं. तो उस हंसी की आज थोड़ी सी प्रैक्टिस होगी. And as they say, let's take it till he makes it. You know, and then what's the sentence I always remember? What was the last time when you did something for the first time? तो आज हम एक चीज करेंगे, laughter yoga before we actually laugh. तो चलिए अपने आप को लूजन अप कीजिए, हाथों को ढीला कीजिए, और सब एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं तो हम भी एक एक्टिविटी करेंगे. अपना दिल खोल के, अपना पेट खोल के, अपनी पूरी क्षमता के साथ, शक्ति के साथ हंस के दिखाइए. Just for next 30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, don't stop yourself. Please open your arms. हाथ खोल कर, दिल खोल कर. I want all the hands to come up. All hands come up. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. कहते हैं शाख पर यदि एक भी पत्ता हरा रह जाएगा, शाख पर यदि एक भी पत्ता हरा रह जाएगा, मैं रहूं या ना रहूं मेरा पता रह जाएगा. मैं भी दरिया हूं मगर सागर मेरी मंजिल नहीं, जो मैं भी सागर हो गई तो मेरा क्या रह जाएगा. जी हाँ दोस्तों, शुक्रिया शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. दोस्तों, लाइफ बहुत जल्दी बीत जाएगी. हमको लगेगा अरे जिंदगी थी, जीनी थी, रह गई. तो पूरी जिंदगी जिया कीजिए, 5 मिनट भी हो तो उसको पूरी सांस के दिया कीजिए. 5 पीस के साथ मैं आपको लीव करूंगी टू आवर ग्रेट लेजेंड आर्टिस्ट. पीस, पर्पस, पैशन, पावर, path, purity, patience and prayer, and your life will be life. जिंदगी को जिंदगी के पास जाकर देखिए. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for one and only, the only Indian Jewish stand-up comedian जिन्होंने NBC, NPR, all the channels को rock कर दिया है. इंडिया में, USA में, कनाडा में, जहां भी आप गए हैं, he has made his own mark. Ladies and gentlemen, huge applause for Samson Koletkar.
Thank you, thank you. Everybody, please, one more round of applause for Archana. That was an amazing introduction. Hello. First of all, it's extra kudos to her because she did say the world's only Indian Jewish stand-up comedian, which is technically correct. In the past, I have been introduced as the world's only Indian Jew. I'm like, hello, I have parents. I did not drop from the sky, so thank you. I appreciate that. I also love the fact that all of you had a 30-second laugh session with your hands up in the air, and we got the recording all around the room, because at the end of today, we are going to plug that at the end of every joke that I do and release the funniest video ever made. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me here. Pankaj, there was a lot of P's there. I was thinking about another P that you did not mention. There's a naughty mind in the front. Okay. All right, all right. So first of all, I do want to clarify that part is true. I was raised in India and I was raised Jewish, which here in America brings up a lot of questions from people. Questions like, really? Are you really Jewish? I'm like, what are you expecting me to say? Like, oh no, you got me? You are so good at recognizing people just by looking at them. You must be Columbus. Thank you. That is an Indian joke. The other question I get a lot, are both your parents Jewish? No. My father is a Christian and my mother is a Muslim, and they hated each other so much, they raised me Jewish. And I am glad to be here. It's 1 p.m., so I'm going to tell you 2 words that as a comedian I rarely ever get to say. Good morning. Only 4 people? Okay. Because when I was told this session is in the middle of the day, like it's in the afternoon, usually I'd be like, I don't know. But today I was like, yes, please, I will. Because back home, I have my in-laws visiting from India. And I was like, anything that can take me away from them for a while. 1 clap in the front, okay. A lot of my friends tell me, dude, why do you keep complaining about your in-laws? At least you get to eat good home-cooked Indian food every single day. No, I don't. Because my mother-in-law is a doctor. So when she cooks, it doesn't taste like good Indian food. It tastes like hospital food. And I'm in the kitchen every night arguing with my mother-in-law, telling her, hey, put some extra spices, put some extra oil, fry it a little bit more, make it tasty. And she goes, oh, but it's not healthy for you. I'm like, it's okay, you're a doctor, you can fix me later. Right, give me some good food first, fix me later. That's how capitalism works. Welcome to America. I'm glad some of you are laughing, because my wife does not. She gets mad at me. She's like, hey, why do you have to be so rude to my mom? Why can't you just eat what she makes? And I said, look, if only you had been a little more honest throughout your childhood, maybe I would not have had to suffer today. You know what I mean? Like, you should have given her some feedback. Give her a chance to improve. You never did. And look, I understand you're an Indian kid growing up in India with an Indian mom. You say something, should have slapped you, you were scared. I get that part. But was there nobody in the family who would have said a word? Did your mom not get any clues throughout her life? Did this never happen? You had a family party. At the party, all the aunties made some food, brought it to the party. At the end of the night, all the food was gone except your mom's. That never happened. Because here's what I don't understand. My wife will spend hours writing 1-star reviews for restaurants on Yelp that she will never visit again. So why not take a minute to tell your mom, not good food? How hard is that to do? And what do you want me to do? Open a Yelp page for your mom so we can go all write her 1-star reviews? Because look, my mom, great cook. You think she was born a great cook? I made her a great cook, okay? That's what I spent my entire childhood doing. Anytime my mom brought me food I didn't like, immediately I'd be like, yeah, what's this? And she's like, okay, I'll go make something better. Took the food into the kitchen, brought it back out 10 minutes later, same dish, but so much more tasty. And I was always amazed. I'm like, how do you do it, Mom? How did you take something that tasted so bad into the kitchen, brought it back out, 10 minutes later you made it taste so good? What do you put into it? Every single time my mom goes, my tears. Hey, no pain, no gain, right? So do we have a lot of doctors in the audience? We do have a few. Well, consider this a public service announcement. Doctors are good. I could never be a doctor. If I was a doctor, India's population would be under control. That chuckled one doctor especially. Okay. Right? But I do find, look, I'll be very honest, okay? From childhood, I have firmly believed doctors are the smartest species, which is why I couldn't be one. It's a hard job to get, right? You have to work really hard and be really smart. Yet, sometimes they will say things that makes me doubt it. The best example comes from my own family doctor, all right? I called up my doctor a few weeks ago. Like, hello, she picked up the phone, she goes, hello, this is Dr. Gandhi. I went, hey, Dr. Gandhi, this is Samson. And then my doctor said this to me, hey, Samson, how are you? Sick? Why else do you think I am calling you? Isn't that a redundant question? Shouldn't you be asking me better questions than how am I? Like, who are you, my friend, calling me to discuss cricket scores? Because back in India, anytime I call my doctor, like, hello doctor, this is Sam here. All right, what is it this time? Right, a very different conversation. But I work in tech now, which is the law, and that's how I got to Silicon. We have tech people in the audience as well. Of course, it's the Valley, yes. You know, the interesting thing about tech, this happened before the pandemic when we used to all go into the office. My boss had gone through some management training program. He didn't tell me that, I just found out on my own. Here's how. He disappeared for a week, came back a week later, and after that, every conversation I had with him would end with him telling me, oh, Samson, that is an excellent feedback and a wonderful insight. One time I said, we should go meet the client face to face, it's more effective. He goes, Samson, that is an excellent feedback and a wonderful insight. Another time I said we should put some more resources on the project or we will miss the deadline. Samson, that is an excellent feedback and a wonderful insight. Every single time. It got so annoying. One day I walked into my boss's office, I sat him down and I said, look sir, I appreciate you appreciating everything I tell you, but saying it's an excellent feedback and a wonderful insight every single time devalues it, demeans it. Say it when you really mean it. My boss sat back, thought for a moment, looked at me and said, Samson, that is an excellent feedback and a wonderful insight. Again, I see some of you are laughing, some of you are not. Those who are laughing, you get the joke. Those who aren't laughing, you are the joke. I was also listening to our last speaker, inspired by your words. I want to say, remember these jokes, take it home with you. Anytime in the middle of the day, you can return back to them, think about them, right? When you are in like, thank you, 2 people, okay. I also find this setup very interesting. There are 2 empty chairs and I'm up on the stage. I feel like Clint Eastwood at 2016 Republican National Convention. All right, some people still remember that one. That's good. Does most of the audience here live in the Bay Area? Yes. East Bay? Yes. All right. I don't know if you guys saw this, but just as we were coming out of the pandemic, all over the East Bay, there were a whole bunch of billboards that went up at the same time for Anne Fong. Some of you, right? You can still see them out there. When the billboards went up, the entire billboard, all it had was her face on it, and it said, "Something wrong, call Anne Fong." And the first time I saw those billboards, I was driving, I immediately called. I was like, "Hello, Anne Fong. Something's wrong. My check engine light is on, can you help?" No? Okay, hang up. Such a vague ad, no? Something wrong, call Anne Fong, but it rhymes really well and now it's stuck in my head. And I have this urge to keep calling her every few hours. I wake up the next morning, first thing I can think of, "Hello, Anne Fong. Something's wrong. My toilet is broken, can you help?" No? Okay, hang up again. You know what I did find out though, is that Anne Fong has a fan club in the Bay Area, and those fans like to go to comedy shows. Sure enough, they were at one of my shows, heard the whole joke, did not appreciate it. One of them comes up to me at the end, she goes, "You know, Anne Fong is an inspiration to a lot of us. She has worked really hard, she started from nothing, she has become something." And I was like, "Yeah, relax, Fan Fong. I'm not doubting her credentials. She's obviously become something, buying meaningless billboards all over the Bay Area that bring her no business. Who are you, her campaign manager? Why are you throwing all these words at me? Put some of those words on the billboards, that would be more useful." Dude, I was so mad that night. As soon as I got home, the first thing I did, "Hello, Anne Fong. Something's wrong. Your fans don't get jokes, can you help?" No again, okay, hang up. Has not solved a single problem of mine, false advertising. I also heard this song recently. It's an old classic by Joe Cocker. The song goes, "You are so beautiful to me." And I was like, why did he say "to me"? He should have stopped at "you are so beautiful." That's romantic. Putting "to me" at the end makes it sound like you're sitting with somebody who has a really good personality. And you're just lying to her, right? Don't say "to me" at the end of anything. It's the worst thing to say. I don't want any of you walk up to me at the end of the day today and be like, "Dude, today you were so funny." To me. Be like, what? I don't want to hear that. Also, I understand I'm the only thing holding you guys from lunch. Is that right? Lunch right after me? Okay. Oh, I better wrap this up. And I'll leave you guys with one last thing. This is something I've been thinking about a lot. A lot of people say that the hardest job in the world is being a mother. And I don't think so. That statement is mathematically and logically false. And I am a math major. I will show you my math because you guys look very skeptical right now. Okay? Look, first of all, how do we identify a hard job? What makes a job hard? A job is hard because very few people are able to do it well. A lot of people struggle at hard jobs, right? The harder the job, fewer the people that can do it well. More people struggle at harder jobs. So if being a mother is the hardest job in the world, where are all the terrible mothers? Let's do a math experiment, okay? Clap if you are with, or have a terrible mother. Nobody's clapping. You see my point? Everybody should be clapping right now. That would make the job hard. Nobody's clapping. Not that hard a job. Pure math. Can't go wrong. Told you I've done the math. Look, all I'm saying is if the entire eligible population for a job is amazing at it, not that hard a job, okay? Mom's getting a call. Here's my other problem with that whole belief is if I actually see a mother behaving terribly, I can't say a word to her. Right? Like, let's say I'm at a store, some mother is yelling at a child. I can't walk up to the mom and be like, hey, you're being a terrible mother, stop being a terrible mother. Because what am I immediately told? Hey, leave her alone, she is doing the best she can. What? Obviously not. Doing the best she can. Dude, if that is true, what about the child that she's yelling at? Isn't the child also doing the best he can? Why is the child's best not good enough, but the mother's best is? Like, how does that equate? Another mathematically imbalanced equation, all right? One person, thank you. Look, all I'm saying is when your best isn't good enough, do better. And I can, at this point, hear the laughter has dwindled, okay? I can hear you guys not laughing. I get that. Some of you are probably thinking about this. You might have some feedback for me at the end of the show. Because people have said this to me before. They're like, dude, first of all, you can't judge because you are not a mother. You don't know what it's like to be a mother, and you will never be a mother, so you can't judge. And I see a lot of heads nodding, a lot of you are looking at me in silence. You guys agree? Okay, in that case, let me move on to something else, all right? We'll move on to a different joke, something completely unrelated. I have a quick question for everybody here, okay? Just a quick yes, no would be good, but do you guys think the current president, Joe Biden, is he doing a good job, not a good job? What do you guys think? Yes, no, maybe? Yeah, okay. What about the previous president, Donald Trump? You think he did a good job, not a good job? What do you guys think?
No.
A big no. Do you think Hillary would have made a good president? Yes? Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what you think because you're not a president. You don't know what it's like to be a president. You will never be a president. Yeah, you see how stupid that argument is? And I'll be honest at this point, that joke deserved way more than you guys have given it so far. But I do understand that as an audience, you are doing the best you can. You should do better. And here's how I know that joke is funny. A few months ago, I told that joke to my mom. My mom heard the whole joke. She goes, what? Who says being a mother is the hardest job in the world? It's the easiest job in the world. And that was the moment I realized my mom is a really good mother, which is why it's easy for her. Because you know the ones who are good, they're just so good naturally, it just comes to them easily, they just do it, they don't complain. It's the shitty ones who are always complaining. So ever since I've had that discussion with my mom, now anytime anybody tells me, you know, being a mother is the hardest job in the world, I'm like, no it isn't, you suck, all right? Stop complaining and do better. Thank you, sir. I will tell you guys what I think is the hardest job in the world. I think the hardest job in the world is being a man. Being a man is the hardest job in the world, which is why there are so many terrible men. One more time, clap if you are with, or know a terrible man. Yeah, see how many of you are clapping right now? Nobody clap for terrible mothers, all right? You see my point? The math can't go wrong. I told you I've done the math. And ladies, if you ever walk up to me and you tell me, you know, that man, he is being a terrible man, he is behaving terribly, I will never say to you, oh, you know, he's doing the best he can, all right? I will never say that. What I will say is, yes, you are absolutely right. He is being a terrible man because he is doing the hardest job in the world. Cut that poor guy some slack. And at this point, I do want to clarify, just in case any of you thinks that joke not so funny, do remember that I am doing the best I can. Yeah. And if you don't think so, well, you're not a comedian, so shut up. All right, look, I literally gonna wrap up with one last thing, but before I do, if you guys want to find more of me, watch more shows, you can Google Indian Jewish comedian. You will find my website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. You don't need to remember anything, all right? But before we go out for lunch, one last question. Have you ever really thought about how good your mother really is? You thought I was done? Have you?
Yes.
Because everybody thinks their mom's amazing, right? I asked that question earlier, nobody clapped, everybody thinks their mother is great, but do you really know?
Yes.
Here's how you find out. Go back home after the session today, have a good night's sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, first thing, call your mom. Your mom's going to be like, hey, my child, what a pleasant surprise, calling me on a Sunday morning. You never call me on a Sunday morning. It's so nice to hear your voice. Be like, shut up, mom. I have one simple but important question to ask. Do you think being a mother is the hardest job in the world? And if your mother goes, what? Of course not. It's the easiest job in the world. Then congratulations, you like me have an amazing mom. But if you go, hey mom, do you think being a mother is the hardest job in the world? And your mother goes, of course it is. Be like, oh no mom, wrong answer, you suck. You should do better. And if you want to understand why you suck, go watch this Indian Jewish comedian and he'll explain it to you perfectly, logically and mathematically why you suck, okay? And I know the rest of the conversation is going to get very awkward, like it is in this room right now. And you might not know what to say next, so do me one last favor before you hang up on your mom. Make sure to tell your mom, look mom, no matter what happens, you will always be the best mother in the world to me. All right, everybody, you guys have been an absolutely fantastic audience to me. And what are we? Oh, the CWC app. Yes, absolutely. So if you guys get a chance, download the app. It's called Khushi. It's also the name of my niece. So every download donates $1 to a third world child. But download the app. Have a great, happy life. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy. Thanks.
A big round of applause to Samson Koletkar. It is a hard job to make everybody laugh. And that's Sam for all of you. So before we break for lunch, I know I am in between lunch and all of you. So quickly, I want to also invite Dr. Naren Bakshi on stage. He is the CWC co-founder for a vote of thanks. But again, few things. Join the wellness movement. This is where we all begin. All the first timers, I hope you kind of took this in your hands and be with us going forward. Sign up as free members on this Khushi app. Download the app. There are QR codes. It's not difficult. Just download and join us as a free member. And most importantly, show your gratitude by donating to CWC. This is a donation-based organization. The doctor patrons donated, so please do your part. And last but not least, before I hand it to Narenji, there is a survey. We would like to hear from you. Please take that survey, less than 5 minutes. Tell us whether you liked it, what should we do, what should we bring, what are the things that we should change. So please do that for us. And Naren, you are between lunch.
So my job is quite easy. First of all, I want to thank you because you are here and you stayed all this time gives us the greatest pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The second thing I want to say is if you like what you saw, it is not easy to put together such a conference, such a great thing. So let me get Dr. Viz to please come. Som, where are you? Is he here? Please come. So these are my co-founders. Give them the biggest hand. So you saw Dr. Bij and his 17 founding doctor patrons. You saw Navneet, you saw Vivek, Dr. Ram is here, Padma is here, several others are here. Let's give them a big hand to all 17 doctors. In addition to that, this is a 501c3 organization. There are trustees. Vinay, where are you? Vinay, please come forward. I think Mohan is here. Mohan Uttarwar, please come forward. Is there any other trustee here? Yes. So Dr. Patrons, can you please stand up for 1 minute? Please. Dr. Ram, Padma was here. Vivek was here. And Vinay is coming. Now, all our patrons, any of the patrons that are here, I know Manish Chandra was here. Mr. Chawla has been here with us as a health hero. So please, all health heroes that are here right from beginning, please stand up for one last time. Please. Chawla ji, Doug, where are you? And I'm saying that because I became interested in this because of Dr. Bij. Dr. Bij had called me and he said, you are a health hero. Please come and join us to create this for millions of people. And so I would like Som, believe me, all of the things we do requires lots of work and lots of team. So for him to be the ecosystem lead, keeping all the doctor patrons together with us, keeping all the partnerships and volunteers, track leaders. You saw our beautiful MC here, Archana. So Som, can you please make sure you tell all your volunteers to stand up, please?
Sure. We would like to have this track leaders slide. So you heard about the fact that we have 3 community track, and Jayashree, who has been carrying the show today, she heads the women wellness track. So we have 3 community track, which is the senior track, which is headed by Ritu Garg. Ritu, if you're there. So that's Ritu Garg, and Sachin Deshmukh and Ritu Garg both are for this elder track. And then we had Kevin for the youth track, who made the announcement in the morning today. And then, of course, we have 4 major health track, which is heart health, cancer, diabetes, metabolic diseases, and, of course, behavioral health. So these are 4 major tracks. We are launching a marketplace, which is in the app, and all other ailments, whether it is, anything to do with chronic pain, geriatrics, etc. And a lot of services are put in the marketplace of the app, so that's how we cover the ailments. But we focus on these 4 tracks, and then heart, we have Jayashree Shud, who's the head of the heart track. We have Sandeep Sharma, who is also a diabetes health hero. He heads up our diabetes track. And we have Atal, who is the cancer track, and Irupuri is for the behavioral health track. So that's basically, really helps us to have the tracks together, and then we have health heroes and support groups which help all these tracks. So that's how we basically manage this ecosystem that Naren has been talking about. So thank you, Naren.
So now I need your help. Show gratitude to this team to please give them a standing ovation. After that, we go for lunch. Give them a standing ovation to this team that has worked so hard for 5 years. In spite of pandemic, it did not slow down, it continues. In addition to this, we have CWC India Foundation in India doing good work. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please do not leave without eating. We have wonderful food. The recipes have been curated by, can I say Dr. Joel?
I just want to let you know that the food has been crafted by Vina Uttarwar, who also heads up our dietary practices. And Vina is very keen to meet Joel Furman and sort of share her learning